members of the board signed. We have decided that we do not want to proceed without advice of counsel on the matter cited in the letter, and we therefore feel that we would not, without counsel, we would not be able to perform our mandated duty.
I understand that no complaint is presently before the board.
Correct.
And that the board is acting based upon a statement that was issued by Drew Claxton and the majority of the council. You said it was out in a press release that you were reacting to.
I said it was information in the public, yes.
And was it that press release?
Yes, among other things.
Now, is it the practice of the Ethics Committee to react to political statements or press releases
Unless they're really,
that
really
have
bad.
no facts in them? Because I read this press release, and I'm glad we're doing this in public. But by the way, you didn't just request the appointment of counsel, you requested the appointment of one of two counsels that you chose, right?
We are asking that one or two of those be appointed, yes.
And where did you get the names? Where did you get those names for those two counsels?
Steve Leventhal came to the city, came to Peekskill to run a training session when we first passed the revised ethics code. I think it was about 2 years ago. He's also the ethics guru, basically, for the New York State Bar Association.
What do you mean by guru?
Expert.
You are a lawyer, aren't you?
I'm law educated. I am not a practicing attorney.
You know that New York State does not recognize any specialty in the law except copyrights and trademarks. You do know that, don't you?
Yeah,
so when you say he's a guru or an expert, I'm just wondering how you're basing that opinion on.
He's written many articles. He has training. He has CLE sessions through the New York State Bar Association on these topics.
And have you contacted him? Do you have any idea of what this is going to cost us?
No, I have not contacted him. I don't know if he's available.
And would the answers to those questions be the same with respect to the second lawyer that you're requesting?
Yes.
And have you discussed the recommendation for either of these two lawyers with anyone from the city?
Those specific lawyers, no.
You didn't discuss it with the Corporation Counsel or his assistant?
He's seen the letter.
And what about the city manager?
He's seen the letter too. He distributed the letter.
So there's no formal complaint before you right now?
That's correct. We initially had initiated a preliminary inquiry.
And based upon that preliminary inquiry, you said at the last meeting that it's kind of like a grand jury.
Loosely, yes.
But you would not allow the target of that inquiry to come before your committee?
We had not planned on it. I didn't say we wouldn't allow it.
Okay. And so I just want to get this clear that anytime somebody politically or otherwise puts something out there, an allegation about a member of an employee of the city or a public officer of the city, that your committee is going to look into it.
Possibly.
Under what circumstances would you not?
I don't know. We would discuss it.
God,
as a
you
board.
are
It wouldn't be up to
unbelievable.
me.
And all four of the board members are, they have signed this. I mean, it's Jeanette Aguiar, Janelle, Joe Brady, the Reverend Jan Nunley, and yourself.
What about the fifth member?
We have one vacancy.
George Caniglia was appointed by this board.
I don't think he was appointed.
What board was he appointed? I'm sorry.
About Lindsay, that appointments to that board. Correct?
Well,
I don't think
are you still the treasurer for the Peekskill Democratic City Committee, or did you resign
I
that
was
position?
never treasurer of the Peekskill Democratic.
You're a member. You're a committeeman, right?
When I was appointed under the new code, I resigned as a district leader.
What? So you were a district leader. That's a public office under New York State law, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and according to the code, we had to,
And what date were you appointed?
pardon,
What date were you appointed
appointed,
to this board?
it predates,
This is not inquisition, I think she's.
It's not an inquisition. Thank you. When you're sitting in the hot seat, it sounds like it.
Yeah, but, I mean.
Hold on for a second. The Democrats issue a press release, and the former Democratic committeeman,
there's a Republican on the committee, there's a non-affiliated person on the committee. This is a unanimous request of the board.
And Joe Brady, let me just say, is not just a Republican, but a Republican who ran for the council.
And served, and served,
Just
served,
2 years
served.
ago, wasn't it?
And served.
And has served on this council. So I want to say that this is not, I would disagree if, I would be concerned if he had not signed this letter. But in fact, he has signed this letter, which means it's really not a partisan action. They're just trying to find out what's going on.
It's partisan when you issue a statement that has what I consider to be very defamatory, personal attacks on me without, you're saying that I bully people or I've threatened people, but you don't point out any specific person who's been bullied or threatened. So if I put out a press release that says
And Mr. Mayor,
something, are you gonna look into it with the same zeal?
but Mr. Mayor, you did put out a statement to the press indicating that I had some political patronage in this city and that my nephews worked for DPW, which is absolutely false.
Absolutely did not do that.
You did
Don't
not?
believe everything that you hear. I had a conversation with a reporter, and whether he accurately quoted me or not, I haven't seen that article. I've been in Arizona, but
And so
I did not issue a written press release.
I see, so what you're saying is that
I'm not-
the
I don't-
Examiner didn't get its story straight.
I'm not saying anything, I haven't seen the article.
So,
But,
so the reason we have this in front of us today, I think, is because the city code has, if apparently, the ethics board, the city manager, the corporation council, and assistant corporation council might be questioned by the ethics committee, which causes a conflict. So the ethics board then needs kind of an outside counsel during this preliminary hearing. And it's actually mandated by our city code to provide the ethics committee with that.
with council.
This council being requested in this letter, we're asking for an interpretation of the code, so that's what the council is being hired for, to interpret the code?
No, it's not just the interpretation of the code. Section 48(8) reads, "The Corporation Council shall provide legal assistance to the Board of Ethics in its issuance of advisory opinions, interpretation of the Code of Ethics and Article 18 of the General Municipal Law, prosecution of any hearings, and providing such additional legal assistance as may be needed by the Board of Ethics."
And we have lawyers under contract, it's a question for the city manager, I guess. Like, why couldn't we just hire them instead of going to different law firms to hire individuals?
Do we have one of our outside counsels?
We have Harrison
Looking at
Beach
it?
that does
Yeah,
almost
that
everything
was there,
for us.
right? You said you guys have on
Keenan Bean,
Harrison Beach, I mean, we've just discussed this, a number of outside councils that we have.
to go through with the court counsel.
saying that you have on a contract in West Palmer.
Under one of our contracts.
just said you didn't want to do that.
Well, I don't want to do any of this, but.
No, we want only.
I believe,
No.
when the ethics, law was put into place, that it was, Bernice Nelson, who was our attorney, corporation counsel at the time, and she did bring in Steve Leventhal?
Yes.
And he gave the council their training in the ethics code, and I believe gave, training to a number of other, directors and